Rolling. Action.
Hey friends, I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about hay fever because I have it and it really annoys me and I thought it would be funny to talk about. So stay tuned for some more information on hay fever. So I probably got hay fever for the very first time seriously this year, like it's the worst it's been. I've probably had it for like 3 or 4 years, but I've definitely been in denial about it for that entire time. So this is the first year that I've actually bought antihistamines in my entire life, and I'm 27. First time I was like, no, I definitely don't have hay fever for 26 years, but now I do, so that's a thing. Oh well. I decided to Google hay fever because I want to know a little bit more about the disease that I have, and I found two uninteresting facts, and I'm going to share those with you now. So the first non-fun fact is that hay fever is an allergic reaction that occurs in your nose, and it's an allergic reaction to pollen, dust, mold, animal hair, and basically everything on Earth, really, in spring. Imagine being allergic to the Earth, bro. It's so annoying. Like, here's my thing. Why is that a trait that humans have? Like, through natural selections, well, I mean, I guess it is multiple selections. Through natural selection, humans developed a whole different bunch of traits, right? Because we had to adapt to our environment. And some of those things that we picked up don't really work in the modern lifestyle. Like it was beneficial if you could store fat, right? Back in the hunter-gatherer days, because the more fat you could store, the more you survived. And that was good. Whereas in our modern lifestyle, you know, there's a lot of sugary foods, high processed foods, and so an ability to store fat is not necessarily good. Or there's like, I wrote another example down here, or like having high anxiety, right? Back in hunter-gatherer times, that was beneficial because if you were always on edge and highly anxious, it was less likely you were gonna get, I don't know, eaten by a tiger or something. Whereas now, you can simply like not get tagged in a photo and you'll freak the fuck out. Like you just freak out about it. Or you not get invited to a birthday party for a totally legitimate reason, but your head just goes nuts for like days on end. But hay fever, think about it. What benefit does being allergic to flowers have? I dare you to name one, because I can't think of one, and I've been thinking about this all day. One reason why it is beneficial to your life, or your ancestors' life, to be allergic to flowers and mold and dust and basically the air. Air's pretty important, I would argue. Why be allergic? Why? I don't get it. Anyway. So, I have an allergy to the earth. That's the first uninteresting fact, and if you have hay fever too. The second not so fun fact is that hay fever is called hay fever because it usually occurs in the hay season. Spring, I guess. Which is sort of interesting. Well, no, again, it's not interesting. But yeah, it's sort of annoying that it's this time of year that when all this crap occurs. Because like, it's such beautiful weather. The bees are buzzing, the flowers are flowering, and I just realized, I'm allergic to flower jizz. Dude, flower jizz, really? That sucks. If you have hay fever, you're allergic to flower jizz. That's a fun fact you can take home for the whole family. It is so bright out here. Oh my God. So yeah, I just think it's a bit unfair that hay fever season occurs when the weather is just the absolute best. Now, in Australia, spring is just mwah. Like, it's so nice. Every day the weather is just perfect. It's like between 20 and 25, not too hot, not too cold. We've just come out of the winter depression. The sun is finally up. Like, we haven't seen the sun in like 3 or 4 months. The sun is finally back up. And we haven't quite reached that stage where, you know, our skin like crackles under the sun, or, you know, you need to drink 8 liters of water just to be alive during the day. We haven't hit that yet. So it's just in that perfect little Goldilocks zone of temperature. And it's just so unfair that it's like, oh, the weather's absolutely perfect. Well, you can't breathe or see. sucked in.
Ah. Springtime.
It's a bit like, have you ever seen that movie Bedazzled? It's got Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley, and the whole plot of the movie is that Brendan Fraser makes a deal with the devil, and she gives him like a whole bunch of wishes to go live the life that he wants. So he describes his perfect lifestyle, but he's not specific enough, and so the devil sort of just like throws a red herring in and just sort of messes it up for him. So like, one of the things he wishes for is to be an NBA All-Star. He wants to be rich and famous and play basketball. And so then he's living in this life and everything's going great. You know, slam dunking, he's just living the best life ever, you know. And then when he goes in the showers, or I think he tries to go sleep with a girl, I can't remember which, he has a tiny penis. And it's like, ha ha, you know, because you're rich and famous and all these girls want to sleep with you, but you have a tiny ding dong, ha ha. Sucked in, you know, it's that sort of thing. So it's like, you weren't specific enough in your request, so the devil sort of just messes it up, and it's very funny. That's why it's a comedy. Great movie, actually. Brendan Fraser in his prime. And so I feel like it's a little bit like that. Like,
Please, universe, can you give us some warmer weather? I'm sick of wearing this beanie. It's messing up my hair. Hey, how you going? I'm the universe. Yeah, I mean, I can make it way better weather. I can make it spring, but like, you really weren't specific enough. It's finally spring. I can take off this freaking beanie. The birds are chirping. The flowers are out. Wait, why can't I see or smell anything? My eyes itchy. I told you weren't being specific enough. I told Brendan Fraser as well, but he didn't listen. And also, why do I have a tiny penis? What are you talking about? You've always had a small penis. Yeah, I know.
having hay fever, this is another thing that annoys me about hay fever, is it's like having a cold, but your body doesn't really know what's happening. So like when you have a cold, your immune system fires up and it's like, oh shit boys, code red, we got some, what are they called? Bacteria. I have a degree in science. There's some bacteria or a virus in the system, mate. Everybody on your stations, let's get this thing sorted, you know? And your body sort of goes into lockdown for like 1 or 2 weeks max, fixes it, flu, cold symptoms, whatever. You're just like, it's okay, I'll be all right soon. And then after a week or two, you're all good to go again. Well, it's like when you have hay fever, your body's just like, does anybody have any idea what the fuck is going on? Not a clue. And so your body just sort of is half sick for like 2 months. And also, it's like being sick, but with none of the good benefits. Now, you might think, what benefits are there to being sick? There's sort of one. When you're sick, you're usually contagious, so you're urged to stay home. Whereas when you have hay fever, you're not contagious, so it's just like, oh, you have all of the symptoms of being sick, but you still have to go to work or school or whatever. And now you look like Rocky Balboa from the first movie. Like right after he's gotten beaten up when he fights Apollo Creed and his face is all puffed up. Yo, Adrian! And you're also sort of chubby as well, because you've just come out of winter and Rocky Balboa was chubby in the first one. I still feel like he's a little bit chubby in that one. You're not like Rocky in Rocky 4 when he's just shredded and he's fighting that Russian dude. That's goals, dude. But no, you're like the chubby Rocky. The one that everyone pays out. Like, yo, Adrian! That one. And yes, your face looks like you've been punched multiple times by a huge black guy. It's so fucking bright out here. Has the sun always been this fucking bright? Oh my days, bro. I have needed to sneeze for 8 days straight. I've been in that perpetual like, I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze for 8 days. It feels like someone has shoved a flower up my nose 4 weeks ago and forgot about it. So itchy. So I think I'll leave it there, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video about me having hay fever, because this was incredibly hard to film because I'm extremely hot and sweaty and my face is leaking from multiple places. But also my nose is running, but it's also blocked at the same time. So that's weird. I've never had that before. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to be doing more videos in the future because I like doing them. They're quite fun. And I'm trying to make people laugh, doing my best. So I hope you laughed. I'm not trying to sell you anything, all right? I'm going to preface this. I'm not trying to sell anyone anything. But I have a website, getwoke.com. I'll put it in the description. I just write blogs, things that interest me. Usually it's about mindfulness, meditation, and things of that nature. And then I also do like a podcast version of it as well. So they're only like 10-minute podcast episodes. It's basically the audio version of the blogs. You could argue it's like an audio book, but it's sort of not. But it sort of is at the same time. So get around that, getwoke.com. I also have an Instagram if you want to get in contact with me there. Same name, I'll put them in the description, I guess. I assume I know how to do that. I'm a real YouTuber. So anyway, yeah, please subscribe and like the video and all that stuff. Thank you, friend. Thanks for stopping by. Can you see my sweat? Oh my God, that's disgusting. I need to sneeze again.